chill.
That's the outfit. I don't see no feet.
Oh,
Don't
if the
play.
shoe fit, if the shoe fit.
If the shoe fits, wear it.
Hi guys, my name is Ariane James and welcome to my channel. With me today I have
Baydoll. Beyonce doll has aka Baydoll. Yeah.
and today we're gonna be discussing our different experiences with entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship. Little mini story time. I'm gonna just get right into it.
And Q&A.
Yeah, definitely a Q&A at the end. But for the most part, so my bad experience with entrepreneurs, well, my first would have to be with lashes. Like, she does my lashes now, so yeah. Link book her. But the first time I ever did my lashes, I went to she was well known, well popular lash tech, and I booked her. I was really excited. It's my first time. I'm not really, background on me is I'm not a girly girl at all. Like, I'm scared, not scared to touch my eye, but anytime I try to apply strips or anything, it just don't work out for me, and it's just a no. So I'm like, you know what,
I don't like strips either.
at all. Like, and it's like, I went to get my lashes done. I'm thinking, like, you see all these little Barbies or Barbs or whatever, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna look like a Barb. Like, it's lit. So I booked her, got an appointment, everything was good. I went to my appointment on time. I got there, it was in a, what was it, in a house? Yeah, it was in a house. She was in a house or whatever. She was house based, no problem with that. She had a customer there before me, whatever. They had like a little altercation. I feel like that for me should have been like a red flag. Like, the way she was speaking to her customer previous before me, and the fact that I had to wait till she was done should have been like a red flag for me. And then plus, even when I was getting it, now that I think about it, even when I was on my way to her, like, she wasn't responding and shit like that. Like, last minute she told me like her apartment number. I'm just like, what the fuck? So yeah, that should have been a red flag. But anyways, I continued. I went, laid down, we talking, get my lashes done. After my lashes are done, I'm like, you know, this is a new look for me. So I'm thinking like, yo, this is bomb. Like, oh my God, who is this? Like, I'm making 15 videos after I leave. Literally, she told me what to do. She was like, no hot showers and don't lay on them. That's all she told me. I said, okay. But like me, somebody who don't get their lashes done, that's not even real good, like, tips. Like, now that I think about, like, no, don't take a shower. Like, bitch, how I'm a babe? I got a day. Like,
That's why I came up with the bodyguards, you know, to cover your eyelashes when you get in the shower, protect them from getting wet. Shot with me.
yeah, like, nah, bodyguards go crazy. Well, she didn't even have none of that. Like, not to down her business or whatever, but still.
I'm the only one that's selling that. Because I done look, even before I started doing lashes, I was looking like, you know, what can I do to stand out? What can I do differently from everybody else? Nobody was doing the guards to protect your lashes. So, yeah, get in tune.
No, for real. Because maybe my shit's like, I don't know what she expected, but
Oh, wait, hold on. By the way, guys, we're recording off of 2 different devices. So if you see me looking down, looking at my phone, and this is our camera up here. Yeah. I continue.
But yeah, so I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not supposed to bathe. Like, I'm over here taking, you know, like, instead of the shower head, I'm over here taking the down and stuff. Like, I'm like, just so my lashes could stay, and it still came off in like 2 days. Like, literally a whole eye, like, little, like, 2 lashes on each shit. That's how bad it was coming on. Like, literally, as I laid down, lashes is on my pillow. I'm like, what the hell? Mind you,
You get into her lashes right now, though. And her lashes be lasting 3-4 weeks.
I swear to you, I would not make this up.
Don't play with that.
Even when I don't even maintain it, it still lasts man long. But yeah, so I'm freaking. Oh, this was my camera.
Yeah, aftercare.
Okay, yeah, aftercare. 2 days lashes on my pillow. Boom. I hit her up. I'm like, Sent her a picture. I'm like, yeah, hey, I just got my lashes done Tuesday. It's Thursday. Like, why is it, you know? She's like, oh, just come back. I'll fix it. So she's telling me a time. Like, good thing she lived close by, but, like, probably a $10 cab. I was like, whatever. I just took my cab there, and she fixed it. It was cool. Like, she wasn't really hassling them, but it still lasted, like, another 5 days. And it was, like, still, like, two lash. I'm like, yo, fuck it. I'm not even getting it.
How much you was getting charged?
I was getting charged. At that time, her price was $95, and then I tipped her. So it was like basically 110. So I'm like, whatever. Then months passed by. I never got my lashes done again, and I was like, it was special. Something was special happening or coming up, and I was like, damn, I need my lashes done. So I'm like, should I go back to her? Maybe it was my aftercare. I blame myself. I'm like, maybe it was my aftercare. So I go back to her. I book her, y'all, bro. I book her for 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Like, literally 12 o'clock. Can't make this shit up. She did not come to the shop until 3 o'clock.
Dang.
Mind you, this is winter time. And I had somebody bring me, which, like, what if I would have took a cab? Like, it's just certain shit that was just not, it didn't make sense. Like, it was so unprofessional. Like, to the point, I'm standing out there, not even standing out there, I was just sitting in the car. She was like, hey, da-da-da. She's texting me back so freaking, like, I'll text her at 12 o'clock. She's texting me back at 12:30. So it's like, this whole time you got me sitting out here waiting for you. The shop is not open, so it's not even like I could go in, sit down, or whatever. The shop was not open. The lady, she texts me. She says, oh, call her. I'm like, okay, I don't got her number. I only went to her one time. So I'm like, what's your number? So she sent me her number. She calls me on the phone, and she's like, I'm going to tell you how to open the shop. Red flag. Like, that should have been just red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red freaking flag. What do you mean you're going to tell me how to open up your shop? Like, what if I steal? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if I really steal? Like, girl, what you mean open your shop?
Crying.
The girl told me to open her shop. I'm looking with her with the nigga. She's mad comfortable strolling in, bro. Strolling into my appointment. Like, she really played with me. Like, I want to fight. Now that I'm reliving this, I want to fight. Because what? Like, this is like probably a year, 2 years ago. A year ago. A year ago. This is
It might be in 2022.
Yeah. So,
that's tight.
long story short, like, I got my lashes done. Them shits lasted like 5 days.
So my story time, I have two. She has two as well, but we're gonna do each, right? So my first one, I'm gonna start off with an MUA. So
it's the fact that I know this story.
Yo, so I took a makeup class, a one-on-one makeup class in like what? It was May or June. And I had booked the class for like a Monday. And she had wrote me, I believe, the day of or the day before. I don't remember. And the class was at 2 o'clock. And she asked me if we could reschedule for another day because she had a doctor's appointment. So I know doctor's appointments aren't late, right? So I'm like, oh, like, we could still do it after your doctor's appointment. It don't matter to me. Like, it's okay if it's like 5, 6, it don't matter. So then she's like, oh, she don't have the products, like the kit or anything. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, all right, so say that, like, you trying to make it seem like it's a doctor when it's not that. So
red flag, red flag, y'all.
So we like, you know, we're gonna pick another day, whatever, cool. So we picked the following day, which was the next day, Tuesday. So we stuck with the same time, right? Now the actual day of, she's gonna write me like an hour in advance or 2 hours in advance, asking me if we could push the time back to 3:30 because she didn't have the product still. So in my head, I'm like, wait, like, you just rescheduled it yesterday because you had the products and now you don't got the products again today. Like, you could have went yesterday. That's the reason why you canceled the appointment, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, whatever, 3:30. Cool. I get to the shop, y'all. I get to the shop. She still don't even got the product. She still don't got nothing. I'm like, so what's the point? Like, why did we switch from yesterday to today? Like, I don't get it. Like, what are you even doing? Like, all right. So now she's saying she's gonna go after the makeup class and cab it to my crib. So I'm like, all right. Mind y'all, we doing the class. I don't have no manual or no instruction or anything. And the products that she used on me wasn't even my correct color. She even told me that. She told me it wasn't my correct color. I didn't know. I don't know nothing about makeup. So I'm like,
that's the purpose of you.
I'm listening to her. So I'm like, nah, what? I'm like, all right, whatever. So in my head, I'm like, all right, there's no like instructions for me to go off of. I'm gonna just record so I could, look back. Mind you, I recorded this months ago. I never even looked back at anything because I was so turned off afterwards. And yeah, so mind you, I'm taking the class and I don't really like how I'm looking. I did one side of my face, she did the other side. Don't really like how I'm looking. She taught it mad fast. I think the class was like 2 hours or less than that. Mm-hmm. And yeah, everything was just taught mad fast. It was bad. And then now after the class, we sitting there. I'm just taking selfies. I'm trying to figure out if I want to like it. I'm trying to use filters and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I'm not liking it. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, nah, I'm about to call my cab. But at first, I'm trying to figure out what I want to eat. So I'm stalling. I'm sitting down. I'm like, damn, I want to eat. Like, is there anything in the area I could get? So wasn't nothing. So I'm like, matter of fact, I'm gonna just go home. So, but mind you, as I'm sitting there, she's sitting behind me and I hear her watching my stories. But mind you, she's watching my highlights actually. She's watching something that's like mad old, like my birthday time. And mind you, the class was this year. She's watching like videos from my birthday from last year. Wow. So I hear it. I hear my voice and I'm like, not you watching my stories, not you watching my highlights. And she was like, yeah, I'm just waiting for you to post. Like, because she tagged me in the video. She's like, I'm just waiting for you to post. And I'm like, like, nah, like, you don't even have nothing. Like, this class was horrible. Like, you want me to post?
They want you to gas it up, or they want you to be like, yeah, and send people to referral.
I'm like, nah, never she on my page waiting for me to, like, retag her. I'm like, no, like, that's not happening. Not retagging nothing. So she just sitting there watching my stuff. I'm like, whatever. Like, you could continue doing that. I'm like, she's not gonna get a repost out of me. So I did. I think I asked her, like, oh, so you're gonna go after the class right to get the stuff? Mm-hmm. She's like, yeah. But mind you, when I had sent her the deposit in advance, she told me, she was like, oh, can you send a deposit so I could get the products for the class, right? So in my head, I knew from then that I was gonna get products because she said that. Mm-hmm. I didn't think that I was gonna get products, but until she said that, I'm like, all right, I know I'm gonna get products. So now, right now, that same night, whatever, I asked her, I'm like, oh, did you get the stuff? She's like, oh, nah, I didn't go. I'm just go tomorrow morning. I'm like, all right, cool. What time do you think you want to send it? So she gonna let me know. I'm like, all right. Next day come. I text her in the morning, and I was like, oh, I don't think I'm being home, so you gotta let me know what time, just in case, So she's like, oh, if I'm not home, I could come pick it up from the shop. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because you say you're gonna carry it to my crib. Like, no, I'll just wait.
Picking it up is crazy.
I'll just wait. Right? I'm not paying another cab fee. Like, no.
We had number 2, right? No, this is number 4. Like, red flag 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, bitch, bro.
So, I was so calm the whole time. I didn't even get to everything, but I was so calm the whole time. But as I'm going through everything, like, I'm talking to my friends about it or whatever, because they asked me about the class. I'm telling them whatever, and they wasn't even liking it from before, like when she kept rescheduling it, and then me just explaining about the class. They was just so mad, and I was the only calm one. I'm the one in the situation, but I'm calm. They mad. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna let it be. I just need my products, and that's just it. So, being that she said she's gonna go the following day, I'm asking her. She's saying that, if I'm not home, just come pick up from the shop. I'm like, nah, like, I'm gonna just let you know when I'm home. So now I get home, I'm asking her. She's like, oh, she still didn't get everything. She gonna go the next day. So I'm like, nah, what's really going on? Like, what's really going on? I still wasn't tight. So now it's like what, the 4th, 5th day? I don't remember. So
6.
now so now I wrote her in the morning and I'm like, hey, like, what time you going today? She's like, oh, after her clients. So I'm like, nah, I gotta wait all day. So now I gave her all day. I wrote her like 6 or 7. I'm like, all right, like, what's up? Are you gonna send it? She's like, oh, when I get home, she gonna send it, whatever, in the cab. I'm like, I bet. So she got everything. So she said she gonna send it when she get home. She gets home. She texted me.
She gets home.
She texted me. And she's like, get the Uber. I'm like, what? You telling me to get the Uber? And first of all, you didn't even ask, like,
Uber.
Telling me to get the Uber. You say you're gonna send in the cab. That's kind of crazy to me. But I'm like, what happened? Like, you say you're gonna send it. She's like, oh, she blocked on Uber. I'm like,
red
well,
flag again. Red flag.
I'm like, well, I could send you a regular cab and you pay it. Like, when it come, you just give them the cash. She's like, oh, I already spent mad products. No, I already spent mad money on products, babe. Should I add in the babe to be nice? I'm like, well, that's what I paid for, right? Like, that's what I paid for. I shouldn't have to pay for your inconvenience. Why am I paying for your inconvenience? And you even said you're going to send in a cab. Like, it's not like, oh, you say you're going to get the products or whatever. You didn't say anything afterwards. You say you're going to send in a cab. So, in my head, I'm not thinking I have to come to the shop or me pay anything like that. Because you said it.
Word. So, I should have first of all, you should have had the products from you went to the class before.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what class? If that's the case, if you still don't have the product, keep rescheduling it. Or just give me my money back.
Like,
you should not have a class and not. That's like me having a lash class. I don't got the lashes to teach them. Like, what we gonna get?
Look at my lashes.
A piece of hair? Like, you gonna take the hair off and then, like, this is how you apply it?
Like, no.
So, yeah, it was just very, very, very ghetto. This is when I'm really getting mad now. Because, like, why you tell me to pay for something and you didn't even ask one? Tell me, get it. Like,
get it.
That's when I started getting tight. I was calm for days. That right there is what really ticked me off. I'm like, nah, I ain't reply for like a whole hour because I was ready to really steam. Like, I'm like, nah, I need my products. I'm not even about to argue with her. She like, oh, you can either come pick it up from the shop or send the cab. I'm like, you know what? I'm just get the cab. I just know from there to never do business with her again. Like, that's just that. So now I send the cab and she's talking about she not home.
You're lying.
She like, she not home. She gonna send her brother downstairs. I'm like, yo, what is really going on? Luckily, her brother was there because now I'm sending the cab, like, for what? No reason. So, the cab on its way. Brother come downstairs. He puts in the cab. I'll go downstairs to get it. And before I even got the cab, she's posting the stuff that she got me. And mind you, like I said, I don't know nothing about makeup. So I screen recorded it and I sent it to my friends. And I'm like, why is she posting it? Like, and I didn't even get it yet. I didn't even get it. She posted it like, oh, this is
advertising.
She's like, this is what comes with the class, right? This is what comes with the class. They didn't even come with the class. But look, she said, this is what comes with the class. But now afterwards, I'm telling her, like, entrepreneur to entrepreneur, you know, what you're doing is wrong. Like, you know, you're supposed to accommodate me. Like, you're supposed to come out your way. Regardless if whatever you pay mad money for the products, I paid you for that. Yeah. That's what I paid for. The class wasn't free. The class was not free. So, you shouldn't be complaining about anything. I should be the one complaining. But anyways, so she's posting about this is what the class comes with, yada yada. And then she's gonna text me about some, oh, the products didn't even come with the class. She was just being nice. And my ham, like, you just posted saying that it comes with the class. So what's really going on right now? I'm like, nah, this is why I be trying to support people. Like, even though it's benefiting me because I'm taking a class, but like, I went to her because I'm like, oh, she does nice work, you know? Let me go to her, let me learn from her. I don't know how to do makeup at all. Like, I want to learn.
Sad.
So sad. And I'm I'm in esthetician school right now, and it's crazy because I'm learning how to do makeup. But we learn how to do makeup. I'm like, yo, if I would have knew this, I would never took a class. Oh, never. Like, that's crazy. I didn't know that we was gonna learn how to do makeup in school. That's really crazy. That's really crazy. I'm like, damn. But yeah, I got the products, and she ended up telling me like I could FaceTime her and stuff like that if I want to like practice my makeup. Still never did it. I reached out to her to practice. She never got back to me or anything like that. No, I'm lying. The first time I reached out to her and I asked her, like, I'm like, oh, I'm ready to learn. She asked me if I remember. I'm like, I don't remember nothing. I didn't even get a manual. Like, what am I remember? I don't remember. All I remember is the eyebrows. And eyebrows, I still don't even have it down pat. I just remember how she did it. Everything else was so fast. I don't remember nothing. Nothing. I have the notes, yeah, but I don't remember.
Wait, how much did you pay?
$350. $350. And mind y'all, I was her first person to ever do the one-on-one. First person to ever do the one-on-one. I'm thinking she's been doing it. I seen her.
Instagram is a liar.
I seen her do a class with somebody else, but it wasn't a one-on-one. The person was doing it on somebody else. But yeah, I was the first person to do one-on-one. So it's just like, dang, like if I would have knew this, I would never. But it's okay. You wanna know why it's okay? Because my birthday was coming up, no, 5 more months from then. And I would have went to her to do my makeup. And the fact that I didn't like how I looked for the class, I wouldn't have liked how I looked probably for my birthday. So I'm glad I didn't go to her because of that. And I went to somebody that actually did my face so good. It wasn't caked up. None of that. The class, my face was so caked up. I'm like, oh my God, like I would not do this to my face. Like I'm learning all of this. I'm not even gonna apply it. Like I'm not doing any of this. I like something calm, natural looking.
That's crazy.
I was looking like a clown.
And there's people that like take these classes for like their business purposes. Like, you know, like I done seen people take their last money and spend it on a class so like they can make profit, you know, because like, you know, it comes with the makeup stuff, and they'll like learn how to do other people's, or you know, just test run and just try to make bread. Like there's some people that spent their taking a lash class. Like lash class would be like $500, and they'll be like,
or even more than that.
Yeah, and they'll give them the person like $500 to teach them, and they teach them bull fucking shit. Like, oh.
And that's crazy too, because a lot of people really be doing it for the money for real. They only be having passion. That's what be getting me dumb tight, because like it's like, what are you really doing? You're not gonna last long if you're just doing it for the money, because when the money don't come in someday, that's what's gonna make you want to quit. But if you got passion, you're gonna keep going no matter what. Like that's a lot of people out here just be, I don't know, man.
For the bag, man.
I don't know. But once I get a bad experience with you, I'm not dealing with you again. Like, and that's what it's like. It's crazy because it's like people always have bad experiences and they don't fix up. Like, they still continue with the same patterns, and it's just like, why? Like, what's going on? And people still continue
like,
to go.
Why are you on the raw reviews page more than 2 times?
More than 2 times is crazy.
There's 300, 120. I don't give a fuck. Like, stop playing with people and their money. Like, you're wilding. Get it together.
Get it together. I'm weak. But word, it's kind of crazy out here. And that's why I'm like, it's like, yo, like, this is why I just need to learn how to do everything myself. Because you don't have to depend on people. Like, hair, makeup, don't gotta really depend on people. But lashes, you can't really do lashes yourself. I mean, I did mine myself. And I wouldn't recommend anybody to do it because my eyes is burning. Like, every time I do it, this is probably like my 3rd time doing it. But my eyes is always dripping. My nose be running a little bit. Yeah. Cause the glue is so strong. But I be so annoyed because every time I go to somebody to do my lashes, they never do how I want it. I be like, why? Like, I know what I do to my clients. So if I tell you to do what I do to my clients, cause I like it, I want to do.
You know, the length and everything. Like,
yeah, right? I'm like, why I don't look like my clients? So why I'm coming out? I say I want a cat eye. My thing look all the same length, like so.
I'm gonna start with my story. So another bad experience I had was my hair. So my birthday was coming up, and I was gonna do a photo shoot. So I booked this. I seen this popular girl. She from my city. I said my city. She from my community, and I'm like, oh, she do hair nice, da da da. But now that I think about it, red flag number 1, all her videos have filter. Every single video on her Instagram has a filter. Me not knowing anything about wigs and shit like that, I'm like, damn. But you know, you live and you learn. Boom. I booked her for my birthday photo shoot to put in that hair, and then I booked her for my vacation photo shoot. Well, not photo shoot, but my vacation. And I go to her. When I get there, she has a customer. So that was red flag number 2. She has a customer already waiting in her chair. She's doing their hair. I'm like, damn, well, you know, I booked you for this slot and this time. Like, I'm waiting like a good 30 minutes before she touches my wig. Mind you, I dropped my wig off to her beforehand. So she didn't even touch my wig or do any customizations until I got there. Literally, she did it on spot.
And they be like bringing advance, and it's like not even done in advance. So
like, what was the point of me freaking taking time out of my time and day to bring you the wig if you still was gonna do it the day of my appointment? I'm like, bro, what? And it's to the point, like, I didn't even know if she had my wig because I gave it to her. I had like a Hair So Fab bag, gave it to her, and she was like, what was it in? I'm like, a Hair So Fab bag, like, you can't miss it. So then, whatever, boom. She has a customer. She gives me to, I guess she has a braider. That was red flag number 3. Like, but how you do wigs and you can't braid? Red flag number 3. She sends me to her braider. Her braider braids me up. I ain't gonna lie, her braider was mad fast. I wish she knew how to do the installs, because goddamn.
That's probably why she hired her, because she knows she moves slow.
She was mad fast. She was on it. Like, my hair was braided neat and everything. 1, 2, 3. Literally took probably like 20 minutes, if that, to braid my hair. Braid my hair, moving on. I'm sitting there with my hair braided for dumb long. Like, I would say an hour before she comes to me, and she's like, oh, let me start, you know. She puts on mind you, I'm sitting down in the waiting area chair or whatever. I'm sitting down in the waiting area chair, and she puts the stocking cap on my head. I'm not even in her stylist chair, y'all. She's applying a fucking stocking cap to my head. I'm like, what the hell? I'm looking at mad weird. Oh, and red flag number 4 or 5 or 3, whatever. She gonna be like, oh, I know you from somewhere. You look mad familiar. Did we fuck the same nigga?
That's what she said?
Bitch, I should have ran. I should have like, yo, she about to fuck my shit up. I'm like, I'm thinking she's playing. Like, so I start laughing. I'm like, hey, no. Like, I've been with the same nigga for mad long. Like, trust me, me and you did not have no nigga acquaintance or nothing.
Yo, that's nah.
That was so unprofessional.
I wouldn't even want to get my hair done. Like, what? Don't even touch me.
Yeah, that was.
Don't even touch me. What you mean? Like,
I'm like, she gotta be playing. Like, she gotta be playing.
Don't even touch me.
Yeah, that was.
Don't even touch me. What you mean? Like,
I'm like, she gotta be playing. Like, she gotta be playing. She has to be playing. Like, there's no way she. I look past that. I'm like, hee, whatever. Boom. She puts the stocking cap on, puts a little glue, and then she tells me to go under the dryer. So I'm under the dryer. This girl leaves and goes and drops off her niece with her boyfriend to the South Bronx or wherever they went. Said is mad. She texted me like, oh, her braider is in there, and was like, oh, it's for what she said. She was like, oh, she soon come. Da, 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 da. I'm like, she left 2 because she still would do the other client hair, mind you. She got 2 of us in there waiting for her for hours. She's like, oh, it's traffic, that's why she's taking so long. Like, I'm like, no, bro, how you leave in the middle of your appointment to drop somebody off with your boyfriend? That didn't make no sense to me.
I don't know what people do.
That didn't make no sense to me. But whatever. Fine, I need my hair done. That's what I keep telling myself. Like, bro, you need your hair done. I fucking go. She finally comes back. She starts working on me first, because the other girl, I guess, is a frequent customer or like a loyal client. And she's like, oh, it's no problem. Like, she went outside to go smoke and everything. I'm like, bro, you wildin'. I need this shit done. And then, you know, they had that tight ass band that go on your head. Yeah. I had that on for the whole time she left. And mind you, I don't even know nothing about wigs. So I'm like, damn. You know when they say beauty is pain? So I'm like, damn, beauty is pain. Beauty is pain. You want to look good, right? You want to look good. Gotta snatch your fucking head. No, bitch. I had a headache. A fucking big ass headache. And
that don't even need to be on for that
long. No, bro. It was on the whole entire time. Hours, bro. I made her shop hours.
The baby hairs don't take that long to get laid.
It wasn't no baby hairs. That was just the she didn't even put the wig on.
Wait, what?
Yeah, bro. She didn't put the wig on. I had a stocking cap on, bro. I had a stocking cap on and like some glue at the top.
And she put a band? Nah, I never heard of nothing like that before. She put a band. I'm thinking you got the wig on. Mm-hmm. She put the band to lay the baby hairs.
Nope.
Nah. So what's?
What was the sense? I don't know. But
the glue not strong or something? Because the glue
it didn't even stay.
The cap, it didn't even stay?
I'm gonna insert the picture. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was that. Like, she gonna call me like, you come in like, no, you brought me this and that. She was like, like no deposit back. I'm like, you know, I didn't even care. Like at that point, I got money, so it was like. But if somebody didn't have money, like they probably been like, either way, it shouldn't even if you have money or not. It's a principle, like, bro. Bitch, you burnt me, and you ain't send me back my deposit. And that was my first time ever getting a wig, and like scarred me. I didn't get a wig back again until like. Well, I had to book somebody for my vacation, but other than that. Even that didn't last, so it was like I'm never getting a wig again. I'm over that.
Nah, but I had a bad hair experience too, but it wasn't with like an install. So she had a bad experience with hair install. I just had a bad experience with getting the wig, period. Like getting the wig, period. So let me tell you how this went. So I bought the wig, mind you, this was recently. So I bought the wig, what, September? Yeah, I kind of remember the date. I think it was like September 4th. And mind you, I didn't really need the wig. So I wasn't like, you know, I didn't really care that much to be on top of her. But for me, I was checking in with her like every week. So for me, I bought the hair. She said it would be there by next week. I'm like, I bet. So following week comes, she wants me to do her lashes. So she won't give me the hair when I do her lashes. I'm like, copy. Then some excuse happens. I can't do her lashes no more. So she's like, oh, when she gets uptown, she's going to leave the hair with her. So
I did not know you was going to tell this story. Oh, yeah, hiding my face like.
Nah, I'm weak. But yeah, so she's like, she going to leave the hair with her. I'm like, all right, copy. Because I'm always on her lashes. So I see her like all the time. So I'm like, a copy. Now she comes and she don't even have the hair. She's like, oh, she didn't even know she's supposed to be in the hair, something like that. So I'm like, all right.
It's 3 months. Knew nothing about the hair.
So I'm like, all right. So I had wrote her and I'm like, you know, like what's going on? Like when I'm getting my hair. She's like, she's gonna be uptown in a few days, something like that. So I'm like, all right. Follow me come, she's not here, but I didn't write her. Like I said, I didn't really need the hair until like October. So I'm like, she said she's gonna be here next week. Whenever she comes, I'll just get it. She comes, but she comes to get her hair done. Doesn't even write me. She does her hair and leaves. She leaves, I'm not even gonna say her location, but she leaves out of New York, right? She leaves out of New York. So I'm like, how you come to the Bronx to get your hair done? Don't link me for my hair. And like, what's going on? You know, update me. So now the following week, she's like, oh, she's gonna have, you know, her boyfriend, I guess, drop it off. Like, drive her to drop it off. And she asked me if I was free on a Monday. I told her no. I told her I'm not free on a Monday. She gonna write me a couple hours later like, all right, I'm coming on Monday. I'm like, then I just say I'm not free on Monday, but I'm like, all right, what time? Because I'm not gonna be home. Like, all right, what time? she just let me on red. She ain't say nothing. So I'm like, all right. Like, so if you come, you don't get me, that's not my fault. Like, I already told you I wasn't busy, one. And then I asked you what time, ain't answer. So now, now the day comes or whatever, Monday. So I got home or whatever. So I asked her, like, where she at? She not saying nothing. But I see her posting. So I'm like, all right. So I guess she's not with her boyfriend or they not driving up here or whatever. I'm like, all right. Following day comes, I write her again. I'm like, what's up? Like, it's about to be, it's like a month later now. And I'm like, I don't got my hair, like, what's going on? And she just keep making up excuses, whatever. And what happened? It was one time when I was in school and she was trying to drop off the hair. And I'm like, I'm in school. Like, everybody knows I'm in school. Everybody that has me on social media knows I'm in school. I'm in esthetician school. Everybody knows because I'm always posting when I'm there. Mm-hmm. I'm literally always posting. So she's gonna say like, oh, she's coming that day, whatever. I'm like, I'm in school right now. Like, you can't come. I'm in school. So sometimes I be distance learning. I be at home, but she don't be trying to come the days that I'm distance learning. Like I don't know. She always trying to come when I'm in school. It's like it don't make sense to me. Mm-hmm. So and even when she does come, she leaves before like I even get out of school. So it's like, why are you even coming the time when I'm in school? Like at this point I'm like asking her like, you could just ship it to my crib, like, or for all of this you could just ship it, like if you can't make it, just ship it. Now she's like, no, I'm gonna get somebody to drop it off. I'm gonna leave it with somebody and they gonna bring it to you. I'm like, leave it with somebody? She's like, who? She said a name, and in my head I'm like, she think I know her friends? Like I'm like, who's this person? So she's like, her best friend. I'm like, all right. The best friend's a boy. So I'm like, all right. Now, the following day comes, and she writes me in the morning, or I wrote her, I don't remember, but I'm like, all right, when I'm gonna get the hair, she's like, she gonna reach out to him and see. All day passes, I write her again around like 8 o'clock, like, what's up, the day's about to be over, like, so to get the hair. So she's gonna write him right now, she's gonna let me know when he's on his way. She texts me an hour later saying he's on his way. I'm like, all right. Hour, it's 10 o'clock now. And mind you, I got school the next day. I don't want to be up all night waiting for some hair. This is not even decent hours. So now it's like 10:30. I'm like, when is he coming? Because like, what the heck? I'm already in my pajamas. I done changed. Like, I done changed. If I fall asleep, that's not my fault. So now I'm like, you know what? Just give me his number instead of going back and forth. So now it's going with my mom that's going downstairs. It's not even me no more. She gonna go get it because she dressed. She was going in and out the house, whatever, doing laundry. So she's like, she gonna go get it. I'm like, all right, cool. I called the person. He came to my crib and he left because she wasn't answering her phone to tell me to come downstairs. I'm like, are you kidding me?
There's so much red flags.
So I'm like, all right, well, are you coming back? Like, I need the hair. He's like, yeah, I'm about to spin back right now. I'm like, how long? He like 10 minutes. I was about to say, all right, let me know when you're downstairs. He already hung up. I'm like, well, damn. Like, well, damn. So he said 10 minutes, y'all. 10 minutes turned into 2 hours. Like, how? I don't know how to be like, how, bitch, how? How 10 minutes turned into 2 hours? And I already told you, I was like 10:30 from the time and I asked her for his number. So guess what 2 hours later was, right? So now he's like, oh, he gonna let me know. I'm like, it's getting late. Like, my mom's coming downstairs. It's not even me. So he like, I'm gonna let you know. I'm like, my mom needs to know the time. He's like, I'm gonna let you know when I'm downstairs. I'm like, nah, this is crazy. This is crazy. And it's some old Jamaican guy. I think it's somebody our age from when I called. Some old Jamaican guy.
Wait, no,
who is this?
He's at our age.
He is? He's home. Oh. Like 40 something.
Nah, 40 something guy. What?
Unless he was tired or something. Like, that voice was deep. But anyway, that voice was deep. So now it's like 11:30 something. I'm like, you know what? I'm at this point, I just want my refund. Like, I don't want the hair no more. I don't want the hair no more. It waited too long. Now, like I said, it was approaching 2 months. Like, we was like a month and 3 weeks in. Something like the refund. I don't want the hair anymore. Don't want it. She's like, all right, I'm gonna get something to sell it to you tomorrow. I'm like, Now I gotta wait for that too. I'm like, all right. Next day come. She don't got nobody to sell it. She talking about some Friday. I think that was like a Tuesday. She talking about some Friday she gonna sell it. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like, what? What's going on? So now, mind you, guys, she sold the wig. She sold the wig so fast. So fast. Like, I literally asked for the refund. It's like the post is next minute. Like, who want this wig? Like, what if I was to change my mind? Like, matter of fact, you said Friday. I can't wait for Friday. Like, you know, what if I still want the hair and you ready to sell it? Like, what's going on? So, long story short, she posted that the wig was sold. And then I'm asking her, like, you know, if you just got I wrote her the next day, like, if you just got paid for selling the wig, why you can't send that bread to me? Why do I still have to wait for Friday? And now it's like a whole situation. She wanna argue and stuff like that. But feel me, before, like, I even had wrote her and then she was ignoring me. So, and I just seen her post. I'm like, why she keep posting but she's not writing me? And then also too, I'm posting, I'm in school, I'm posting, she viewed my story but she's not saying nothing. So I'm like, I wrote her, I'm like, why are you watching my stuff and not replying to me? Like, what's up? What you doing? So then she wrote in caps, you know, her attitude and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know why you mad. I should be the one that's mad because you playing with my money. Like, you paying my bread. It's 2 months now. I don't have my hair and I don't have my refund. And you already sold the wig. Like, why would you even sell the wig before giving me the refund? That makes no sense. But whatever. So now the day comes, Friday comes, and I'm asking her to send the bread. She said Friday. I still don't have the bread. She's like, oh, I think she said the following year. So now I get the bread on Saturday, but it was a whole process. I keep writing her like, yo, you said yesterday, now it's the next day. Like, she like, oh, she gonna go to the bank, load her card, and send me the bread. I'm like, so if you sold the wig, what you did with that money? And even if you was saying somebody had to sell me the bread, how did that person send you the money for the wig? Because however they sent you the money for the wig should be the same way you should have sent me, even if it wasn't Zelle. Find a way. And mind you, oh yeah, the guy, he gonna write me at like 1 o'clock in the morning talking about, well, no, he didn't write me. He called me basically to come downstairs. Like, 1 o'clock in the morning, are you serious? This isn't weed. I'm not copping weed. And I don't even smoke. But I know people be, you know, calling people any type of hour of the day for some weed. Like, what you think this is?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And my mom walked in my room too at the same time. Like, not even for that, not even worried about that, but she just walked in my room. I'm like, Ma, like, why he calling right now? Like, she's like, he done lost his goddamn mind. I'm like, she's like, yeah, right. You ain't going downstairs. I'm like, yeah, I know. You see me? I'm snuggled up in bed. And she was about to change her clothes. She still don't have clothes, but yeah, that's crazy. Like, I be trying to support people, and then look what happened. Like, backfire. Like, it's always something. I have more bad experience. I just can't remember everything, and I'm not even trying to go over explaining everything from A to Z. But y'all already got two. Y'all already got two from me and her. It's just like, yo, we try to support people, and look what happens. Promotion video for my business. Stay tuned for that as well. Stay tuned. The commission part 2. Part 2. If you didn't see part 1
on YouTube.
If you didn't see part 1, you better get into it right now. Stop playing.
Don't
Stop playing. But yeah, that's dropping soon. So stay tuned, y'all. And we got more heat for y'all on the way, because this ain't the last video. This ain't the last video. We got more heat for y'all. If y'all want to see more things from us, comment the topics below. Comment the topics below. We got y'all. We got y'all.
This just happened to be our first video because, like, you know, she does my lashes and we was talking and we was like, yo, this entrepreneurship, like, people don't know what the hell they're doing. Like, they really don't. And we just talking, I'm like, yo, damn, you had a bad experience? Like, yeah, I had a bad experience too. And it's like, damn, this is this is the perfect time, the perfect place to just get this out there. And, you know, you got the customer, you got the entrepreneur, and here we are. This is my story. So, hope you guys enjoy. We are cute like yes. Time to go. Wrap it up. Like,
comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Turn your post notifications on and stay tuned for when we drop the next video.
Boom, 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 boom.